Om Shanti, Baba's Sakar Murli, 8th of July 2022. Essence. Sweet children, don't spend your invaluable time on wasteful matters. Become prosperous by having remembrance of the Father. Question. What advice do both Bap and Dada humbly give the children for their benefit? Answer. Children, always be aware that Shiv Baba is teaching you. Although Brahma Baba also teaches you, you only benefit by having remembrance of Shiv Baba. That is why this Dada is egoless and says, I do not teach you. Only the one Father teaches you, so remember him alone. Only by remembering him, not me, will you become conquerors of sinful actions and your sins be absolved. Om Shanti. You children are now sitting in front of the Father. It is definitely in the intellects of you children that the Purifier, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the ocean of knowledge, is teaching you through the body of Brahma. Your intellects first go to the land of peace and then come down here. Shiv Baba has come into the body of Brahma in order to teach you Raja Yoga. The intellects of students are aware who is teaching them. When they go to school, they are aware that such and such a teacher is teaching them. They are aware of their names, and they also see them with their eyes. There are various spiritual gatherings that take place. There, they say that a particular Mahatma, brackets great soul, is relating such and such a scripture. They relate various scriptures. You have been listening to them for birth after birth. Now, while sitting here, you remember Shiv Baba. You understand that your Baba, the Purifier, is Shiva. He now comes and teaches you through Brahma. This Brahma is teaching you as well. If Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris can teach you, can Brahma too not teach you? However, you must have the consciousness that Shiv Baba, not Brahma, is teaching you. There is benefit for you in this. This is known as the stage of humility. Bap and Dada are both egoless. This one himself says, although I teach you, have the consciousness that Shiv Baba is teaching you. The more you remember Shiv Baba, the more you will become conquerors of sinful actions. Always think that Shiv Baba, the Purifier, the ocean of knowledge, is teaching you. As much as possible, do not forget Shiv Baba. You are to claim the inheritance from him. Shiv Baba says, constantly remember me. He also tells the Brahma soul, you have come to me. While sitting or moving, make effort to stay in remembrance. There is a great deal of income in this, and you will also have good health. Don't ever waste time. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Only speak of things of knowledge and yoga. Do not speak of anything useless. If there is no knowledge, there is definitely ignorance. They will continue to gossip, but You must never listen to such things. If anyone speaks about wasteful matters to you, understand that that one is your enemy. Time is wasted by listening to wasteful matters. The Father says, don't listen to such wasteful things. Some will defame others and some will say wrong things about others. This is why you are told, neither listen to nor speak of such things. Those who do not have knowledge speak in that way and cause harm. This is why it is explained again and again. Keep busy doing service. The more you explain these pictures to others, the more knowledge you will imbibe. While sitting here, look at these pictures and think, this is Shiv Baba and this is Dada. We receive the inheritance through this one, and this impure world is then destroyed. You can entertain yourself with such thoughts. This is better than gossiping, otherwise you become sinful souls. The Father says, children, do not become sinful souls. Those who listen to the news of the world and who relate such things as so-and-so is like this or they do this, waste time needlessly. You are becoming very prosperous. You are becoming the masters of the world. Bharat was definitely very prosperous. It has now become ruined. You are now becoming prosperous through the Father. It is very easy to remember the Father and the world cycle. No one knows about this confluence age. Everyone in the Iron Age is impure, whereas everyone in the Golden Age is pure. The Father says, I come at the confluence of every cycle in order to purify the impure ones. There are also sinners such as Ajamil. This is a world of sin, a world without comfort. The world of pure charitable souls is a world of comfort. No one else can explain these things. Where comfort can be attained is not in the intellect of anyone. You explain that there is happiness in the land of happiness. This is a world of sorrow, and even though people have built huge palaces, all of those paths make you impure. Otherwise, why would Bharat be in such a degraded state of degradation? Only the one Father brings about the stage of ascent. All others make you fall. This has to be understood clearly. There is no question of blind faith. If a teacher says, I teach you to become a BA, it cannot be a lie. The unlimited Father says, I teach you easy Raja Yoga and make you into the kings of kings. I make you into the kings of heaven. The contrast between the kings of heaven and the kings of hell is like that of day and night. Those who become kings and queens in hell do so by giving donations and performing charity. They receive temporary happiness. The kings and queens of heaven are created by them studying. You also understand what Baba's plan is. To change the entire world, the land of sorrow, into a land of happiness and peace. You know that Bharat was the land of happiness, and that, at that time, all other souls were in the land of peace. Everyone is now in the land of sorrow, but we will later go to the land of peace, and then to the land of happiness. Those who study Raja Yoga are the ones who go to the land of happiness, while all others will settle their karmic accounts and return to the land of peace. No one in the world knows what the land of peace and the land of happiness are. This Baba says, I too did not know. The one who was himself the master had forgotten. So what would anyone else know? According to the drama, all have to descend. It is now the time to ascend once again. The Father says, I have come to take everyone back to the land of peace and send them to the land of happiness. Many will come to you. They will say, we want peace of mind. No one can talk about the land of happiness. Sannyasis belong to the path of isolation, so they can never show anyone the path to happiness. Just as the Father has mercy by taking these souls to the land of peace and the land of happiness, in the same way, you children should feel that you have to give the Father's introduction. The people of Bharat should definitely receive the inheritance from the Father. Why are we in hell? We were the ones in heaven, and we are now in hell. However, people do not understand these things at all. Maya has locked their intellects so completely that they are not even able to understand such an easy thing. Since God is the creator of heaven, surely we should be the masters of heaven. We are no longer that because it is the kingdom of Ravan. This kingdom of Ravan is now about to be destroyed, and the same Mahabharat war is standing just ahead for this. It is very easy when this sits in their intellects, but because it does not sit in their intellects, they keep gossiping among themselves and wasting time. You must not allow yourselves to listen to such things. You must remain busy with your studies, for only then will you claim a high status. Good students in a school study very well. During the days of their examinations, they especially go into solitude to study in order not to fail. Those who fail continue to stumble. The Father says, as much as possible, stay in remembrance of the one Father. As soon as a girl gets engaged to her future bridegroom, that becomes imprinted. Acha. If a woman gets married today and her husband dies tomorrow, she continues to remember him for the rest of her life. However, those husbands make you impure. The Father says, I make you into the masters of heaven, so how much should you remember such a father? Maya will try very hard to break your yoga, but you must be very courageous. Your thoughts will bring many storms that would not have come even when you didn't have knowledge. Herbalists say that all the sickness will emerge, but you must not be afraid. You must not be afraid and start taking some other medicine. No. Baba also says, do not be afraid. Many storms will enter your minds, but do not perform sinful actions with your sense organs. Speak knowledge to one another and bring benefit to one another. Baba explains, you must remain intoxicated. Open a Gita Pachala in your home. Charity begins at home. Enable your children to become the masters of heaven. A man takes a wife and creates children with her in order to give them happiness. You also understand that you are earning an income for the future. So, why not enable your wife and children to do the same? Tell them again and again, by all means continue with your business, etc., but simply continue to remember the Father. This practice should be instilled to such an extent that, at the end, at the time of destruction, only one Baba is remembered. The Father says, all of you are now in your stage of retirement. Everyone has to go back with me. I have come to take you back. Your wings are broken. Sannyasis cannot remember the Father. They remember the Brahm element. Yes, those who belong to the deity religion will accept all of this and begin to remember Shiv Baba. You cannot become a deity without first becoming a Brahmin. This is the somersault of the different castes. You belonged to the Shudra clan, but you have now become Brahmins through Brahma and are claiming the inheritance from the grandfather. You have changed from Shudras into Brahmins, and you will later become the masters of the new world. Brahmins are the most elevated. Brahmins are the top knot. We play the game of somersaulting. We receive this knowledge of 84 births in a second. They go on pilgrimages while playing the game of somersaulting. They give so much importance to that. They go with such feelings. However, nowadays they drink alcohol, etc., and even when they go on a pilgrimage, they hide a bottle in their pocket out of habit. Baba has experienced all of those things. Baba has taken a completely experienced chariot. The Father says to this one, I have adopted many gurus and attended many spiritual gatherings, but now forget everything. Now listen to what I am telling you. God spoke to Arjuna, but this is in fact the chariot. Shiv Baba is the charioteer in the chariot. All of you are Arjuna. However, there is no question of horses and chariots, nor is there any question of an army. That is the path of devotion, and this is the path of knowledge. The department of devotion is completely separate. Only the one Father gives knowledge. All others are devotees. Souls of all human beings of the world say, O God the Father. Souls understand that He is the Father of souls. They know that they have a Lokik Father, so why do they not remember Heavenly God the Father? Why do they only remember Him at a time of sorrow? The Father says, I give so much happiness and peace that I am the one who is remembered at times of sorrow. So, you should talk about things of knowledge among yourselves. You must also go to your friends, relatives, and officers. Stay in connection with everyone. You must give them the donation of the jewels of knowledge with great tact. You should also go to weddings for the sake of doing service. You are the incognito, non-violent army. You cannot commit any kind of violence. You must not cause sorrow. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now-found children, love and remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. the spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharna. 1. In order to claim a high status, remain busy with your studies. Don't listen to wasteful things. Do not waste your time. 2. Give knowledge and bring benefit to one another. Do not perform any sinful actions with your sense organs under the influence of your mind's storms. Blessing. May you use your birthright of all powers, all the time, and for all tasks as a Master Almighty Authority. All the powers are the Father's treasures, and you children have all rights to them. Become one who has a right and who can use those things as he wishes. In the same way, when you have a right over all powers, you will be able to be a number one victorious soul. So, check whether every power is useful at a time of need. Use your powers in every situation with a right. When you practice over a long period of time using the powers that are your creation, you will be called a Master Almighty Authority. Slogan. A great task is only possible with everyone's zeal and enthusiasm. Om Shanti.